Welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to be talking about tuples, which is the second data structures in Python. This works similarly like the way the Python list work. The major difference between a Python list and a tuple is that you can change elements within a Python list, but a tuple is immutable. You can't change elements within a tuple. Any element you put in a tuple, those elements remains there. This is how we create a tuple in Python. Let's say a variable name this. You open a parenthesis. Let's call this mon. Let's call this other one this, and let's call this. Let's close the parenthesis. Then let's do a print. Can print out days. Do shift and enter. We'll get our result. This is a tuple holding strings. We can also create a tuple holding numbers. Let's call this top underscore num. Then let's say 1, 2, 3. Let's close this. Let's do a print. Top underscore num, which is the name of our tuple. Do a shift and enter. You get your result. There are no much you can do with the tuple like the list. You cannot delete, you cannot add, you cannot remove. You can check for indexes. Let's say we want to check for the second index here, which is 2, but in index position 1. Top underscore num. We use the curly bracket. This is 0. 1 is in index 0, 2 is in index 1. So we'll put 1 here. Close this, do a shift and enter. We get our result for the index position of 2. Another function you can perform with the tuple is tuple unpacking. Just like we did list unpacking, you can also do tuple unpacking. How do you execute this? Let's create a tuple. Let's call this y. This has to be in a list. Let's create a list that will hold 3 tuples. Let's call the let's give this 1, 2. Let's create another tuple. Let's call this 5, 6. And let's create the third tuple. Let's call this 8, 9. Then let's close this list. Let's say we want to get the first index in this list. All you need to do is y index 0, shift and enter. You get your 1 and 3. If you want to get, say, the third index, you can either do 0, 1, 2, or you do -1. Let's use the -1, counting from the right. Let's say y -1. I already explained all this in my first list series for this data structure. Do shift and enter. We'll get this. Now, to do the unpacking, we need to use for loop. All you need to do is say for a comma b in y, which is the who is holding our list, column, then enter. Now, this a here is going to hold all the first record, 1, 5, and 8, while b will hold all the second record. So you can say print a. do shift and enter. As you can see, you get all the values for 1, 2. You can also do the same. You can come below and say print all the elements for B. Do shift and enter. Or you can do this, print A, B. Sorry. So this gives you, unpacks all the elements that we have in this list and assigns them to A and B. That is all for tuple and its structure in Python. In the next series, we'll be talking about set and dictionaries, which are the other data structures I would like to talk about in Python. Thanks for watching. See you in the next tutorial.